Hello and good morning. Today I have Qing with me, our CPO, and we will go through some of the questions that got provided by the community, and we will also go through a short overview of what will happen in the next couple of days and weeks, and go over a couple of short topics. So thanks, Qing, for being here, and I will directly start with the first question. What is the
Hello,
biggest
everyone.
focus? Oh yeah, but you can also say hi. Forgot about that. Normally I make a pause. What is the biggest focus of the Me to Play release that we just released?
Me to play, like it said, it's really around me tokens. What we have done, I think the big features or offers are the staking me tokens for get ton slots, and
Hmm.
also to honor the promised functions for the landowners, or not all, but like the first batch important one, which is you can offer your ton slots, you can open contract, and get people start settling on your land. I think these are the main focus of that. But also there's some new features, some improvements adding. Basically, it's a providing more utility for the me tokens. Just for some of players, if you don't know, you can also stake me token for VIP status. So these are
Hmm.
two utility functions for the me tokens.
Yeah, so over here you can go to your VIP rank and then see what kind of VIP rank you want to have in the game. And what Ching also mentioned earlier, the contracts. So uh,
Yeah.
if you're a landlord, you can now rent out your land to other players. You can set a minimum town hall level if you want, an entry fee, the tax that you want to get from those players. And if you have that and actually go to your land and manage your lands, then you can claim the resources afterwards. So I have a couple of people, for example, on my land over here, and then I can claim those, which is a nice feature. I like that. And yeah, that's for that. And besides that, so for the staking, what kind of benefits will the person get? So we have the VIP staking now, but we also have staking to get access to the game and the land slot. What's that about?
First of all, give you the freedom. So when it comes to the consumer market, it's a lot about the options, right? If you stake your me tokens, you can choose one out of the 5 tiers lands you can play on, and these are just token staking, so you don't lose them. Simply just give you a free place, which could be higher tiers. If you check the contract from the existing landowners, you will see the higher the tier, the higher the rent is this. And you can, if there's not enough contract, you can also come to the staking page where you can find empty available town slots. We also have a limited slots here. So I would
Hmm.
say it gives an option for players to play, because for now there are few options for new players. Either you get whitelisted, or you find a town slot from existing landlord, you rent from them, or you stake in your me tokens directly from here.
Hmm.
Also, I would say me tokens is a good investment for players who are not only come here for playing the game, but also wanted to kind of invest in the games, maybe get some return on investment, because we also our me tokens has its own price. Yeah, so this is could be one of the way for you to have some kind of a small investment in long term. Still, I
Hmm.
won't. I don't encourage people use this as a main way to get all your fortunes, because after all, we want to build this game experience first.
Hmm. Yeah, that's the most important thing. And in order to have that game experience, so currently we had prizes for leaderboards. So if you're one of the top players, you got a me token, silver, resources. And with the new release, we have something cool in game. Can you show us on what we will implement in the next release as well?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, this is the one we called Event Leaderboard. So we will replace the previous events with this Event Leaderboard. You will still have the global leaderboard, which you can see on the you can see the cursor. Yeah, on top here. So this is a global leaderboard, but our event will not be driven or using this leaderboard. This is just give you an overview. You know where you are in terms of progression in the whole medieval empire world, and your clan, your land performance. But when it's around events, we were using this new system to carry on the weekly events, and also this is kind of like a system later we can combine with many more other content or way to play to put players in a diverse variety of this kind of leaderboard. You can compete against other players.
And what time frame is that then, or what different kinds of events do we have?
So first of all, we have three types, which are upcoming, current active ones, and ended. So this is for people to know that when the event ended, you will see they are marked as ended, and the result, everything shows there. And you can also see what's upcoming, which is in the we will list the time when they start with the date countdown, and then the most important is current ongoing ones. And each event has its own theme. As you can see here, it's called Prelude to War. This is for you need to prepare your heroes to upgrade your heroes. Then you gain points. Each event has different point calculations, and you compete with others based on your points gaining.
Yeah, the important thing is that is the MVP. That's what we always need to say. So that's the first version that we implement, and there will be iterations of it. So also that's why in the first one we don't have me tokens that we also give out, because that comes way later that you see it in there. But we also will in the future, like after, if that works fine, we will implement me tokens again outside of the game first, so that the top winners can still get the me tokens. But for the first test, we don't put it in because there can always be a bug and we don't want to disappoint anyone. And now you also have the time in there directly. You see on the second when it starts, when it finishes. So that was feedback from the community as well, so that you have it in game, because last time we had a really crazy fight of two people for the first place, and it was that close. And I think one of the guys wrote as well that he didn't go to sleep because he didn't want to lose. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. So you can access it directly from the game. You see the event calendar, and afterwards you can claim the reward, right?
Exactly. So when the event finished, you will get a notification if you are qualified in the event. Because on the leaderboard, there's always a minimum required point. You will only be in this competition when you pass the point. You can read the information once this feature is released. The description and the rules are written in the game. So once you are qualified, and then based on your rank, you get different kind of rewards. And we will send you an automatic a message in the message center, which is under a new tab for the event. Under here, you can see, okay, so you have earned this much reward. If you rent land from your landlord, tax-wise, these goes to your landlord. So this is also to show you that, okay, this is what I get, this is what my landlord get. Also for landlord to know there is a value always to have a land that you can rent out to others. And when you click the button, then you can claim this resource to it. I want to say is the reason we decide to roll out this system as a new feature is it provides a much better, smooth user experience, also better game experience for players. Basically, it's the way the traditional game how it operates. You have this live operation systems hosting events, so you can have this constant, smooth experience for players. But also for developers, for us, it's easier to maintain, easier to monitor, and easier to adding more content into it. So basically, it's a win-win situation. It just requires time to invest and to build these systems. Once this is in place, it's easier for us to scale up with more content and connect this with a more way of playing. For instance, in the future, cooperative events can be also put into a leaderboard. That means a group of people like your clan and my clan based on different lands, we can compete for different purposes.
We will just exclude CVW from those events.
Yeah, we should. they're excluded from most of the events.
Yeah.
But here you can see each event has different kind of theme. It's not only fighting against invaders. Some are just using speed ups. Some are collecting resources. So I would say for most of the players, you will find one of this event actually fits you better, or you have a bigger chance to win, to climb on the leaderboard. We try to avoid that the top players, the player has been invest a lot in the game, they always stay on top on every single competition, because that's very demotivating to newcomers, to players who are not on the top charts.
And there you can also strategize. Maybe don't throw in everything on the first one. Maybe you see how the first one's going, go into the second one, or then you can check how the other players are doing it. I think that's cool that we have that. Then what are we expecting from Medieval Empires so every couple of weeks or every 2 to 4 weeks, we always roll out new things. What can we see in the near future, and then maybe something that is on the near horizon?
Near, which is this event leaderboard with some improvements. And then if we talk about the weeks, we're actually preparing for a co-op event for players. So player can play with each other. These are in the kind of like a week's time span. In even longer period chat, this is something we want to introduce in the in-game chatting. At least enable players from same clan or same land, they can directly have communication within. We know the pain that for now you can't reach out, especially for anyone that wanted to reach out. So this is why we changed priorities. We wanted to implement this one as well. And also, I think another thing really worth mentioning is bring our game into the immutable ecosystem. And this is also from our high priority, because we planned long ago, and that's also why we partnered with the Immutable X, is to having the ecosystem that they are providing, that we can enable our players have a more smooth onboarding, also access management, also payment and transactions, checkout flows, and more importantly, trading. So once we fully integrate it into the immutable ecosystem, more to come, more NFTs. We can finally start minting NFTs on their protocols, on their net. Yes, and also players should be able to mint their own NFTs trading with each other. So this is already like a midterm outlook.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Immutable is doing a really great job. They have so many cool things that we are implementing. But I always say that takes time. Game development isn't done in just a couple of seconds, and we're still in early stages if you see it like this. The game is working. We have a really cool community. Shout out to the guys that are just watching. Don't forget to like and retweet as well. But one question that was also provided is where you see the biggest challenge in Web3 gaming in 2024, because we discussed it also in our Twitter spaces, the new era of gaming. But I think the game or the producer perspective is also sometimes really interesting. So what is your biggest challenge you see in Web3 gaming?
I would say, okay, so looking from both product and production point of view, so it's not only producer, also from like a product person point of view. I think still what's left from 2023 is still remaining unfinished for Web3 games, which is how can you convince outside that you are actually building a real game, and you can build a real game, because the GameFi, the very simple mechanics games based on web, these are not convincing to traditional gamers, at least, or for like broader audience, like, okay, this is a real game that you can play for long. So I would say this is a number one challenge for all the games, all the projects still existing, because a lot of died already during the course of 2023. And another, I think another big challenge is for every project, how you keep your promise, deliver a promise to your audience or to your community. I think every project has their own kind of challenges, their own advantage. For some, they get a lot of money in the previous bull market with a single prototype or a very nicely illustrated vision of the game. But how you can deliver that now, since you have the money and time has passed for a year, where are you? How can you deliver this? So for those projects, that's the challenge. For other projects, it could be okay. We survived. Now it's about how we can really finish the project as we want it. I would say really just based on different cases, but it's really about how to deliver your promise to your community.
Yeah, 100% agree on that.
It's not easy, but it's actually very hard, and also every project has its own challenges.
Yeah, I know. We often have that discussion between marketing and product as well on how we can keep all the promises, but we try to under promise and over deliver, so we don't promise that much. Because then, like, the thing is, if people see in the game lately, we had a couple of people Triceratops came back from a longer break, and he said like, "Oh, the game just looks so different." If you look at it every day, you don't see that much. But if you go one step back and see where we've been a year ago or a half year ago, then you see all the difference that are in the game. So and shout out to the guys that've been here since the beginning with us. There are lots of players that are first day players. They right now get rewards on those events that we have, and they will continue to do so. So if you're interested to play, check out the website. We still have a couple open contracts open at the moment, or you go to the stake to play, or win in one of the whitelist giveaways that we have with our friends and partners. And with that being said, thanks to everyone that tuned in. If you guys have any questions, join our Discord. We can have a chat over there. The landlords are also always happy to have you on the land or to talk with you. And thanks, Qing, for taking your time. And I will bother you again pretty soon.
No problem.
All right.
Thank you.
See you.